Cool. Okay, so this morning, I feel it's quite a fun one today, the theme and the vibe of it, because Spring Equinox is just around the corner. Literally, it's 2 days away, and it is the full moon tonight as well, or today. So there's a load of like fresh energy coming in. It's the start of a new astrology year on Sunday. So yeah, there's just like much vibrant energy that I feel is needed after the winter. So that's kind of part of what's inspired the theme for practice. So I'm going to get into straight away what the intention is this morning, and it is to spring clean your spirit. So as you move through practice today, I want you to imagine, so this is just how my brain works. I want you to imagine you've got like little fairies in your breath, and they are going into those little tight crevices of your body. So if it's the neck that's really tight, just imagine they've got their little dusters, and your breath is sending these little fairies around to create space into those areas, or if it's into the hips. Or for me at the moment, I'll share, like under my ribs is particularly tight. So that's been a big focus for me these last few weeks. So just using this kind of little fun visualization of the spring cleaning fairies doing their work today. So with that in mind, shut down the eyes. And we're going to start with Brahmari, which we've not done for a few weeks. So we're just going to buzz up into the top of the head, into the heart, and into the lower abdomen. So these 3 points today. If you want to hold them, I recommend that, so then you can start to feel this vibrational energy. Right, everyone, take your hand to the top of your head and breathe in deeply up to the brain. Wash your breath around the brain. And we're going to buzz this up 3 times. Breathe in. There'll be a higher pitch to start with. 2 more times like that. And as you are doing this, again, feel for that fun energy of these fairies cleansing and clearing through the brain, shifting out any fog and stagnant energy. You need to work on that pitch to feel that vibration. It's quite a high pitch. And sit tall, soften shoulders, soften jaw, noticing that as you're buzzing, maybe these areas are starting to relax a little bit more. When you're done, hand to your heart. Send a breath deep into your heart. Maybe one hand to the front, one hand to the back. And wash the breath around this space. 3 times in your own time, buzzing this area up. Be slightly lower pitch now, or a deeper pitch. Starting to feel into this space in your body, awakening it, lighting it up. Welcoming in more of love and compassion into your being. Once you have done your 3 rounds, release your hands. And then lower them onto the lower abdomen, just below the belly. And notice as you do this, what feels easy to connect to, which area, and what feels a little disconnected this morning. Send the breath deeply down through the length of the spine to the pelvis. Wash the breath around the pelvis. And then this time, breathe in buzzing it up for 3 rounds. And noticing as you do this, how this area becomes alive, welcoming in an element of safety, security, stability, of supporting yourself today. And then once you are finished, release the arms at the side of the body. Just so I know that everyone's done. Awesome. So I'm in a kneeling position because that's how I find myself most comfortable, but be wherever you feel comfortable. Really root down into sit bones and draw the back of the head towards the tailbone without lifting the chin up. Just take one more breath, or actually a couple, just reconnecting to each center point that we've just stimulated, honoring it and paying attention again to what felt easy and what maybe where those fairies need to come and do their work today to bring more energy and awareness. Or if they all felt pretty good, pretty connected, then send the breath just rushing through the body and feel that delicious connection. Neck release, especially for those who require that this morning. So if you know one side is tighter, stay on that side twice. Send out the left arm and relax right ear to right shoulder. Reach through the fingertips. Soften shoulders down. So you're drawing down with both elbows. So using the power of your breath to fill up any of those tight little crevices. And if it's more at the back of the neck, feel free to tuck the chin towards your shoulder. And if it works better, again, you can always place a hand on the head to just bring a little bit of extra gravity, pulling down without forcing. Feel the breath traveling down into the depths of the pelvis, even though this is a neck stretch. Wiggle the jaw from side to side. And then wherever your hand is, place right hand under the right cheek and lift your head back up. If you're switching sides, switch sides now, or remain on the side that you need to do more of. Reach through right fingertips, let the left ear relax to left shoulder. Yeah, maybe playing around to see where that sweet spot is for you today, where you can spring clean into. You want to use the opposite hand to the top of the head or the side of the head just to get a little extra weight, then feel free to do that. I love this idea of spring cleaning our spirit, because it's not just a case of our physical realm, our physical space or physical body. It's working through those thought patterns or anything that's not serving us as well. It's this opportunity to completely cleanse our whole being. Slowly release the hand on top of the head if it's there. Place it under the cheek and lift yourself up. If you're like me and on your knees or block, come down to a seat and extend the right leg out. Inhale, lift. Feel for both sit bones really connecting to the floor. Breathe in, lift out of the ribs. Twist towards your left side first, so just as far as you can go with your breath being held. Place right hand to the earth, left arm up for slight side bend with chest opener, and then you can always relax the head again here. So starting a little higher than our full side bend. Spread through the toes and actively push your sit bones into the earth, so you might be sticking the bum out slightly. Denise, see how it feels to relax your right ear to right shoulder a little. See how it feels. Last breath in, chest opener. Bring your left elbow forwards, bending the elbow. Bring the arm forwards. And then lift up here. So you're feeling both of the back of the shoulders is still open, and then come into a deeper side bend as far as what feels good. Paying attention to that grounding in sit bones. One more breath in this place. Lifting and twisting through the torso. Breathing down into pelvis and back. Soften through your front leg, so that'll be your right leg, and start to journey forwards into a little bit of a hamstring forward fold, hamstring stretch forward fold. If you need to, pick up your right sit bone and move yourself back a little bit, which is what I've had to do just to feel more centered. Breathe in, lift. Exhale, hinge forwards from the hips. Heart is still long. If you want to use a block here, you can, just to keep the heart space lifted. It is early, so be gentle with the hamstrings. Although, looking forwards actually to the clocks going forwards. Let's really think about that then, because it feels like it's midday already. From this place, wherever you are, slowly bring the hands towards the body and roll yourself up. Switch the sides. Breathe in, lift out of the ribs first, twist towards your left leg, right leg, the real right leg, and then start to come into this chest opener. Again, it's a much more lifted chest opener. Push through sit bones. Relax the head if it feels good. Everyone soften through shoulders. Really, yeah, nice, Sophie. Really thinking of shoulders drawing down the back of the body, like in shoulder shrugs. Yeah, great, Nikki. And I find personally that the moment I lift my ribs and stick the bum out slightly, I just get into that lower part of my back and hips so differently. So have a play with that if you haven't already. I can really feel the fairies getting to work just in that little crevice that I cannot normally get to. From this place, bend the elbow, reach up and over, coming into a deeper side bend if that feels available today. Part the back teeth, soften the jaw. And then from here, start to hinge forwards from the hips, bending through the front leg. And again, maybe just lifting the left sit bone up and placing it back down for a little forward bend here. Maybe use the block, Maybe you don't, but wherever you are, shine heart forwards and keep the spine long, shoulders down. Not overly forcing at this point of the morning. And slowly walking the hands back and rolling up. If you've got a block, keep that with you. And we're going to roll down to our back for abs. We're going to do the same as last week. Watch first, just in case if you need that reminder. So the block will come between the forearms if you have one, fingertips facing you. Feet off the floor, you'll breathe in. Exhale, left heel will tap down and extend the leg out as the fingertips go back. Breathing in, come back to center. Exhaling, right heel lowers, extend out. Fingertips back. Breathing in, come back. So if you haven't already joined me, lie down on your back now. If you don't have the block, you can imaginary squeeze the block and draw fingertips back. So that is always the option. So when you get there, take a big breath into back and side ribs. Squeeze the block, start to lower left heel, lower the fingertips down as you extend the leg out. Belly draws in and down. Breathe in, come back. Empty out, lower right heel, extend out, squeeze block. Breathe in, come back. Any pinching or squeezing in the lower back, draw the sacrum down even more. Any pinching further still, don't take the leg so far. Breathe in. Left heel lowers and extends. Breathe in, come back. Really slow for these ones this morning so you can feel what is going on. You can feel that energy in the core and the arms, underarms being stimulated. Left leg extends. Right heel down. Right leg extends. Breathing in, coming back. I'm going to take a couple more rounds. Left leg lowers. Squeeze block or pretend block if you've got one, not got one. Breathing in, coming back. Where are those little fairies getting to work? Where are they shining their little magic wand? That's it. Last time through. Right heel lowers. Breathing in, coming back. Release the block down. Right hand to right thigh. Push them together. You can lower the left heel now. Push, push, and lower abdomen to the earth. Breathe in, expand. Exhale, push, push, belly down. Breathe in, expand. Push hand and thigh together, belly down. Breathing in, pick the left foot up off the floor. So this time, same legs as we did to start with, but still pushing right hand to right thigh. So as you exhale, push, push, lower left heel to the earth, and then extend out. But well pushing hand and thigh. Breathe in, come back. Two more rounds, so 3 in total. Push, push, lower the left heel. Breathe in, come back. Push, push, lower left heel. Breathe in, come back. Lower the right leg down, left hand to left thigh. Push, push, belly down. Feel for activating in the right foot. Breathe in, expand. Push, push, belly down. Last round here, fully expand the belly. Push, push, belly down. Picking up right foot, 3 rounds, lowering the heel while pushing on the left thigh. Breathe in. Take your time, it's no rush. In fact, the slower you go with these, the more you'll feel it. After your 3 rounds, lower your feet to the earth, push up into a bridge pose. I'm not going to stay here too long, but just feel that energy through the legs and that release in the upper body. So for those who've got tight upper back and shoulders, this one is actually a really lovely pose for you to come to, perhaps with the support of the block, so that you can really feel that upper back and shoulders really softening and releasing, because they don't have to do anything here. So you could actually turn this into a little meditation. Slowly lower upper back, mid back, lower back, and then windshield wiper knees side to side. And use that to take you to one side, whichever you feel preferable to today, and then push yourself up. Come straight into downward facing dog. If you want a little extra energy, go into turbo puppy or turbo dog. So that one, you'll have that little bend. It's very similar to thinking about this one that we just did, squeezing. The forearms of the hands are just turned out, the forearms are bending down and the elbows are squeezing in. And you might be knees down, you might be knees lifting. Forearms are close to the earth if you're in turbo dog or turbo puppy. Otherwise, you're in down dog and you can move out through the ankles, the calves. You can do that in turbo as well. It depends how much energy you want to use this morning. 2 more really big breaths wherever you are. If you're in turbo puppy, make your way to turbo down dog and walk your feet to your hands. Bend the knees generously when you get into a forward fold. Yes, sweet. Inhale, come to flat back. Stick the bottom out. Breathe in, rise all the way up to standing. Hands come to heart. Sun salutations, breathe in, lift up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Step back into plank. Push up between shoulders, lower the knees, lower the hips. Lower all the way to the earth. Looking good, ladies. Breathe in, cobra. Actively push pubic bone down and pull ribs forwards. Lower, send it back, down dog. Inhale, right leg high. Step it through the hands. Lower the back knee, breathe in, rise up. Push down through the feet. Breathe in, fill up. Exhale, fold. Lift the hips, step back, vinyasa. Breathe in, rise, cobra. Back to down dog. Inhale, left leg high. Step it through the hands, lower the back knee, breathe in, rise. Bottom ribs drawing in, tuck tailbone. Fold. Step forwards this time to the front of the mat. Breathe in to rise all the way up. Hands to heart. Breathe in, lift. Fold. Flat back inhale. Fold. Step or hop back into plank, vinyasa. Lowering the hips down, lower to the earth. Breathe in. Shift forward, send it back. Left leg lifts first this time, step it through, rise. This time, high lunge. Take a pause here. Feel the strength in your legs. Added extra if you want to take it. Exhale, open twist towards the left side. Breathe in, come back. Exhale, twist. Breathe in, come back. Exhale, twist. Breathe in, come back. Hands to the earth, lift hips, step back to plank, vinyasa. Meeting back into down dog, looking good, ladies. Step, left, right leg forwards this time. Rise for high lunge. Get grounded, feel both, the weight evenly through both lots of feet. Exhale, twisting towards front leg if you took it on the other side. Breathe in, lift up. Exhale, twist. What is going on in the pelvis? Breathe in, lift up. Exhale, twist. Breathe in, lift up. Exhale, hands down, step to the front of the mat. Breathe in, flat back. Exhale, fold. Breathe in, rise all the way up. Hands to heart. Chair pose this time, breathe in. So feet can be together with the heels parted, or you could be hip width apart. Personally, I prefer hip width for me. Sit the bottom back, tilt the pelvis back. Hands to heart, breathe in. Oh, actually, I'm going to take a slightly different twist. Breathe in. Left hand to outside of right knee, open twist to the left, right side even. So left hand to right, outside of right knee. I'll say that again. And then draw the left hip back. So check the knees, and if the right knee is, the left knee is starting to push forwards, draw it back. Yeah, nice, Anna. Denise, it might be the camera angle, but just double check your knees. And same, Sophie. Yeah. Breathe in, come back. See if you can go a little deeper. Right hand outside of left knee, open twist to the left side. Check the knees, check the hips. Breathe here. Also notice if your weight is shifting onto one leg more. Ground into both. Yeah, nice, Rachel. Full deep breaths. High glutes. Come back to center. Breathe in. Fold. Sweet release. Bend the knees. Maybe give the hips a little wiggle side to side. Inhale, flat back. Fold. Step back into plank. Lower the knees, lower the hips, and then lower to the earth so everything's in alignment. Breathe in, forwards. Push back, down dog. Step right leg through the hands. Breathe in, rise up. Exhale, put your left heel down onto the earth, setting up for pyramid. Straighten through the front leg. I like to start with hands on top of the thigh to get a little back traction. So breathe in, lengthen ribs, start to stick the bum out and draw the hands down the thigh. Soft little bend in the front knee. Now push both feet into the earth here. If once you've had a little back traction and that feels really nice, maybe you start to bring the hands down, maybe you come into aeroplane arms. Right hip is pulling back, left hip is pulling forwards. Yeah, blocks are always useful here too. Last breath in this place. Feel the energy down the hamstrings. Now, if you've got a block, use your block. I'm going to turn this way so you can see me. Going into revolved triangle. Left hand comes to the block, lift the chest, and then start to open twist. Be mindful that the right arm doesn't just fly up into the air. Keep it in line with the shoulder. Draw, right hip back, left hip forwards. If you don't have a block, you can always place the hand onto the thigh or have it hovering in the air if that feels okay. So just see what works for you. Or if you can get it to the earth, then of course you can go down to the earth. Yeah, Sophie, nice. Keeping the ribs expanded and breathe into those tight little spaces. Last big breath here. Hand down, fold down, soften the knees, step back into a plank. Pause in plank for a moment. Options are, you can do this on the forearms as well. Right hand stays down. You'll shift onto right side, coming into a side plank. Options, you can always extend your right leg forwards to give a little bit more stability and core awakening. You could come into like a tree variation. Woo. You could come into a little wild thing variation. So just take a moment to explore this side plank. If you want to, you can just stay there. Breathing deeply. Could be on the forearm as well or the knee down. Then shift yourself back into plank. Move through vinyasa. Step left leg through the hands. Rise up. Place right heel to the earth. So you're going into a warrior one essentially, but it's a little bit shorter than traditional warrior one. Breathe in. Lengthen spine. Stick the bum out as you come into pyramid. Soft front knee, so you're not locking the knee out. Shoulders are drawing down. Left hip is pulling back, right hip is pulling forwards. And then maybe you release the arms, maybe you go a little bit lower depending on how your spine is today. If the back starts to round, come up a little bit higher. Really hinging from hips. Is the weight in both feet evenly? Last big breath and then get ready to set up for your revolved triangle. Right hand to the block, lengthen ribs forwards or to the earth or maybe hovering depending on how the abs are feeling today. And then open twist to the left side. Again, notice if your arm just flew back with the shoulder. Keep it in line with your shoulder bone, your shoulder joints. So I can't fully see you, but just double check your shoulder. So take the arm out to the side first, then twist the torso and let the arm just stay wherever it is, rather than like over opening. Like I say, it might just be the camera angle. Last breath in this place. Fold down. Release the block, step back into plank and pause. Bring the weight into your left hand and start to open up into side plank. What I should have said as well, sorry, is make sure your shoulder and your wrist is slightly further forwards than your shoulder. So you're not on the shoulder bone, the joint itself. So maybe you're here, Maybe you extend the left leg forwards. Maybe you lift the top leg, coming into a little tree. Well, this side feels stronger for me. Just having a play with whatever feels good. One more breath. And then slowly release. Lower the knees, lower down. Breathe in, shift forwards. Meeting in down dog. Full breath in and out. Look to your hands, step your feet to your hands. Breathe in, flat back. Exhale, fold. Breathe in to rise, all the way up. Hands to heart. Feel any rushes of energy. If you have a block, take it now and place it in the center of your mat. So you have two options here. You can either use a block, you can either use the wall as well, or if you don't have a wall, we'll do chest opener in the air. So place your right foot onto the block and step parallel. Soft knees. I'm using my really hard blocks today, which I'm already regretting. Left arm lifts, and then bring the heel of your right hand towards your armpit and draw down. So if you wanted to do this one on the wall, you get about a foot away from the wall. You'd still come back into parallel, but instead of having your hand at a right angle, you'll take your hand back onto the wall. So they're the two options. Stay here for one more breath. Slowly release the arm, release the heel, and switch sides. Right arm lifts, left heel of the hand to the armpit, or just under the armpit, and draw down into heart space. Soft shoulders, soft jaw. And slowly release. Take your hand away, then take the foot away. Breathe in, lift up. Exhale, fold. Breathe in, flat back. Fold. Step or hop back to plank. Shift through vinyasa, last vinyasa. Meet in down dog. And just notice how down dog feels after a little calf stretch. And what I'm going to propose to you guys is that if you can, just a few minutes before joining me to practice, you do that one. You do that one before we join together so that you get that benefit of going into down dog with the calf stretched. One more breath. Lower the knees, roll yourself up and swing the legs around. I feel like I could just go and go today teaching you guys, but unfortunately we can't. So roll onto your back, let the knees, bring the feet as wide as your mat, and then let the knees roll over to the left side. Pick up the left foot and cross it over left thigh. Right thigh. Draw the legs down to the earth and feel this sweet release opening into the right hip. Release, come back to center. Lower the knees down to the right side. Pick up the right foot, cross it over left thigh, and draw both knees to the earth. Release the right leg, bring the knees back to center, and then extend the legs out long. If you want to give a last little windshield wiper, you can. Or if you want to give a quick hug to the knees, massaging through the sacrum, you could also do that. And then allow yourself to be at rest here. Palms either on the body or at the sides of the body. And just connecting for these last few moments to what you feel inside of your being. Where has the Spring Fairies been to work? Where have you cleaned out your body, your mind, your spirit? And is there anything else in this moment that you can gently release that's going to support your higher being? Wherever you are, start to notice the sun behind your eyes. Notice the clothing on your skin. Or any sounds around you. Begin to breathe more deeply into the body again. Taking just a few breaths out of the mouth. And then add movements back into your being. And as you're ready, come to a seated position. Be tender, be loving as you make your way there. Place your hands either on your heart or in prayer, whichever feels more appropriate. And just take a moment to thank yourself for showing up this morning. Thank your breath and your breath fairies for traveling and cleansing and cleaning out those tight little spaces in the body. It has been a pleasure to share this morning with you. Namaste.